I hate to say it, but Sonic might be in trouble. Hey, what's up everyone, it's SpeedSuperSonic here with another video, and in this video today we are talking about a few different things. If you guys aren't aware, at the time I'm releasing this video, Nintendo has just put on their Nintendo Direct where they revealed a bunch of stuff about the Switch 2, including a bunch of different games coming to the console, kicking off with its launch title, Mario Kart World. This is significant. We already knew that there was a new Mario Kart coming, all assuming it would be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2. That alone is significant because we already know that there's a new Sonic Racing game coming this year called Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. We've talked about it, and while there's no release date set, we don't know when the game is actually going to come out. One of the biggest discussions around that game is the simple fact that it's going to be releasing in the same year as a brand new Mario Kart. Mario Kart alone, not just Mario, is one of the biggest gaming franchises in the world. Even if you know people in your life who aren't particularly gamers, they like Mario Kart. Mario Kart is a very fun game, it's a very popular game, and Sonic releasing anywhere close to that, particularly a kart racer, there is room for worry. Hence why that discussion started all the way back then. But fast forward to now, Mario Kart 9 is now known as Mario Kart World, sharing a very similar name to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. And I can't lie, I can't even do the I hate Mario character thing that I put on. This thing looks incredible. It's a launch title for the brand new Nintendo Switch. There's so many different characters and costumes that you can do, different kart variations, and I think the biggest thing of all is the fact that it is freaking open world, which is insane and kind of what I was hoping and kind of what I theorized with Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Obviously that's not what that game is. There's so many tracks, it's beautiful. Mario Kart World could be one of the biggest games we've seen to this date, and we'll talk more about other aspects of it later, but what does this mean for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds? Because when I went onto Twitter after the reveal of this, something that was trending was Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and not for particularly great reasons. The big sentiment is that this game has essentially put Sonic Racing CrossWorlds in the ground, and what do I think about that? Unfortunately, I have to agree. Now, let me clarify first. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds could still turn out to be a very, very good game. From everything I've heard from people who were able to do the beta, they put it in a great light. I know people personally who've played it, and they've told me nothing but great things about the game. Me saying it's over for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds or anything like that isn't an indictment on the game itself. It could still be a very fun, solid title, and I'm very much so looking forward to still picking the game up and playing it. But one of the biggest things around the previous Sonic Racing game, Team Sonic Racing, was how fast that game came and went. Now, I don't believe that Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is going to be the same story. It seems like the game is getting a lot of support. There's going to be DLC, expansions, all that stuff. I'm hoping that they're going to support the game for a long time to where there could be a consistent player base and stuff like that, people playing it consistently and not needing to pump out another Sonic Racing game so fast after to revitalize that aspect of the Sonic franchise. You kind of saw with TSR how Crash Team Racing kind of put that game away, which is very sad because Sonic is an infinitely more popular franchise than Crash. So Sonic essentially going up against Mario Kart is an even bigger deal. Now, there's been a lot of talk from Sega about how they would like to start competing with Mario again and putting Sonic into a place where he could eventually surpass that franchise, which is great. I love to hear the ambition. And do I believe that they're releasing CrossWorlds to compete with Mario Kart World? No. I think it's purely coincidence that this is happening and that they both have World in the name. But guys, this is too much for Sonic to overcome. If this was simply just another Mario Kart, like Mario Kart 9 and stuff like that, maybe Sonic would have a little bit of chance to at least hold up in some discussion, have at least some presence. I don't think that with what Mario Kart World is and everything that it's offering and how big and expansive it appears to be, that it is going to be able to hold its own. I'm not saying this game is going to come to little fanfare. The Sonic fan base is wide, it is massive, it will support this game for everything that it's worth. And while I never expected CrossWorlds to ever have the same amount or surpass the sales of a new Mario Kart, by no means, this is just not good business and one of the worst times to release a Sonic kart racer. This isn't even mentioning the fact that a new Kirby Air Riders is coming out, which is something that has been long anticipated from Nintendo and Kirby fans for a long time. While no release date has been set for that thing yet, I'm assuming it's going to come out sometime in the fall/holiday season, where I expect Racing CrossWorlds to release. So not only does Mario Kart World have a head start on Sonic, despite the fact that it was literally just properly announced for the first time and will be releasing in like, what, 2 months? That discussion is just going to carry on for so long. There's going to be so much content. There's going to be so many people playing that game and so many people loving that game because I have pretty much full confidence that Mario Kart World is going to be something special. And when you take the footage of Mario Kart World and put it next to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, by no means does CrossWorlds look bad, but Mario Kart clearly has a lot more to offer. Well, the idea of going across cross dimensions is ambitious and cool. I like that. The ambition of doing an open world, almost Forza-like Mario Kart is huge. Never in a million years did I think that not only would we see that, but that a Nintendo console would have the power to do that. So the fact that it's happening now, and it's so soon, and it's so hotly anticipated, it's big. A lot of people I don't think have picked up on this, but interest in CrossWorlds is really low right now. In comparison to a lot of other Sonic games and media, there just doesn't seem to be as much fan intrigue around it. Once again, not that nobody cares about CrossWorlds, because I'm still looking forward to the game, but there being another Sonic Kart Racer isn't the most exciting thing in the world, nor does Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, I think, offer enough different from the past Sonic Racing games to really be able to push the needle forward into a place where it can compete with Mario Kart. Now, I know what the argument to this might be, and I think we should mention this now. Mario Kart World is going to retail, unless you get the bundle, for $80. That is incredibly expensive, and I think this is kind of the first step into video games becoming more expensive than they typically are, around $50 to $60. The base game is going to run you $80. That's a lot of money. And I think we can assume that Racing CrossWorlds is going to either be that $50 or $60, so that is significantly less. It could be anywhere from $20 to $30 less than Mario Kart. I'm sure there are going to be people who look at that and will be like, oh, there's a cheaper option, we're going to go ahead and go with that, and they can play it on Xbox or PlayStation or PC or whatever they want to do, even Nintendo Switch. But like I said, I think Mario Kart is too powerful, and I think at some point people are going to just simply get over the fact that games, including Mario Kart, have just gotten more expensive. We already know that GTA is probably going to run a ridiculous amount of money, probably $100 at retail. While I wouldn't expect Sonic games to ever go around this, because I, with as much respect, don't think they deserve the right to run that much money, there's some people who could look at that and take the Sonic option over the others. But at the same time, a lot of people might be buying this game simply because they don't have the money to get the game they kind of actually wanted to get. This is such like a hard discussion, because I know that people are still excited for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and I know the game probably won't bomb, but by no means do I think anybody could argue that this is a good time to release a kart racer, even if Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is really freaking good, just simply based off of what we've seen. And remember guys, I'm one of the biggest Sonic fans in the world. I'm not rooting against Sonic whatsoever. I want to see the franchise succeed. But me, one of the biggest Sonic fans who has a running joke on this channel about how much I hate Mario, when I can say that Mario Kart looks like the better, more intriguing game, that does say a lot. We're on a channel called SpeedSuperSonic. I know there are going to be a million Sonic profile pictures. Well, not a million. We'd like to get to that number, so subscribe and like the video. But I'm sure there are many people watching this video right now who prefer Sonic Racing CrossWorlds and will probably get that game over Mario Kart or don't care for Mario Kart. Well, when you're having these kind of discussions, you need to look outside of yourself, in your circle, or the Sonic community at large, and know that Mario Kart is a different animal. It's a different beast, and it has the power and the potential to really shut Sonic Racing CrossWorlds out. It's just so many things working against the game. It's diminishing hype, which has been really unfortunate to see, and I know there hasn't been a lot of marketing around it recently after the beta and everything like that released, so maybe they're going to ramp up a marketing campaign later down the line that could get some hype, maybe some more reveals around it. But at the same time, I think we've seen a majority of what we can see what Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has to hold, so there's not much more to get hyped or excited for. Mario Kart World has a Nintendo Direct coming out for it in a few weeks, and once when that happens, the game will only be, what, around like 2 months out? It's a racing game releasing alongside Mario Kart World and Kirby Air Riders, which is another big one, and simply Mario Kart has a larger fan base and install base. The Sonic Racing games have been good. I know Team Sonic Racing was a little underwhelming, but I still think that game is solid enough. Forgettable, yes. Will I go play it again? No. But it's not bad. Stuff like the first 2 Sonic Racing games by Sumo Digital were great, and a lot of people love those games, but those have a more niche fan base than Mario Kart. Mario Kart is just on a different level, and I don't think Sonic can compete with that. So simply what I'm walking away here saying is Mario Kart certainly has done damage to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds and its eventual launch. I'm almost positive at this point that Racing CrossWorlds is going to release after it, so not only will Mario Kart have that head start like we said, but I'm sure things will just continue with that, to where when Sonic Racing CrossWorlds release, people will be like, well, we already have Mario Kart World, why do we need this Sonic Racing CrossWorlds thing? That of course being a lot of the general audience, not just Sonic fans, because we have to remember, majority of the people buying these games are just general audience people who see the game in a store or on their online shop and want to get it. I don't know, I wanted to talk about this because I think it's a really interesting discussion and kind of sad in a way, because I want to see Sonic succeed, I want it to do well, but just look what happened to Superstars when against Super Mario Wonder. Not great things. I think this game has a lot more potential than Superstars. I think there's going to be a lot more interest for it, especially as the franchise has continued to grow and grow since Superstars release. But I don't know guys, I'm just really sad about this. this. I'm excited for CrossWorlds and I'm excited for Mario Kart World, but I don't think CrossWorlds releasing in the place it's releasing, surrounded by all of this stuff, spells very good things for it. I don't know, I thought it was an interesting session, but this is where I pass it off to you and ask what you think. What do you think about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds and the impact that Mario Kart World is going to have on it? Do you think that this is going to significantly negatively affect this, or do you think that this is really just kind of inconsequential to the grand scheme when it comes to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links in my Twitter and Instagram in the description below. You can follow those events in my life. Feature to and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the number one destination on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, or more, we talk about it all. I have so many videos coming to you guys, so much stuff to talk about, so many original videos in the works. I love all you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
And be right by the motherfucking seaside, dog. Everything I see, I got a dream. I thought these leaves would go and take me out the dark. I know everything I wanted to follow it.